This is Matt Armstrong's BMW E24. Now, I know it's been a long time since I've said that, but there's a reason why, which I will explain in just a second. But first, Matt Armstrong is a very successful automotive YouTuber who repairs crash-damaged high-end cars and supercars. One of his more recent purchases is Marcus Rashford's crash-damaged Rolls-Royce Mansory edition.
This is one of the most expensive cars Rashford owns.
He also bought and rebuilt a wrecked McLaren 720S.
What a car this has turned out to be.
And of course his dream car, the
Lamborghini Murcielago, with no engine.
And this is a car he bought to add to his collection. Now this is a BMW E24 635 CSI, but trust me, this has not always looked this glamorous.
There's a lot of rust on it. There's a lot of rust.
This car came in as an absolute rust heap. There was just rust in every single area of this car. So we set our sights on restoring it to its former glory, which included brand new chassis rails, hand fabricated from a flat piece of sheet steel. We did sills, we did arches, we did windscreen surrounds, we popped it on a rotisserie. Here you can see us doing the sills. We also did the front support on the entire car, so we replaced all of that as well. And then on top of that, we've powder coated the entire car. It's been in an oven at 200 degrees and it just looks absolutely majestic. Just look at that car and how nice it looks compared to what it used to look. Now, the finishing touch was getting it painted. We actually took it to Petrol Hedonism in Wembley to showcase the car. And that just about brings us up to speed to today. Now, welcome back to another episode on the Matt Armstrong E24 series. Now, I haven't posted an update in a while because of a reason that I've not actually thought about yet, so I'll keep thinking. If you know Matt, you know that he loves to modify cars, and this car is no exception. So this is a little bit of a clue of what today's episode is about. And we're also going to update you on all of the body panels and the running gear and tell you exactly what the plan is for this car and hopefully get some of these offered up. So the Counter body kit is actually one of the more popular body kits for the E24 6 Series. Now, with this, we've got the front wings, the side skirts, the rear quarters, we've got the rear bumper covers, we've got the front bumper, and we've also got a rear wing, among some other little bits and bobs, including some instructions. Now, Matt bought this body kit around the same time as he actually purchased the car. Now, the intentions were to make it really wide and custom. Now, we may have a couple of other plans that doesn't include this body kit for this car, but you're gonna have to wait further in the video to actually find out. So in this video, we're gonna loosely install this kit onto this car. Now, before we do that, we need to put the bonnet, the boot, and the wings on, so we've got something to tape these panels onto. But before we put the body panels on, we need to protect that powder coated and painted surface. So we're gonna go around with some masking tape and tape up all the contact areas on the car. Now, with it being a Sunday and I'm on my own in the workshop, I had to come up with some solution to get this bonnet on. Now, with the rotisserie making the car really high and the bonnet being really heavy, I used a pillow and slid it along the cowl area, making sure I didn't damage anything. Now this is starting to look a little bit like a car again. Now we've got the boot, the bonnet, and the two wings on. I'm not going to put the doors on because it's kind of a bit of a two-man job, and there's no real need to at the moment. Now, I have been doing a little bit of inspiration on one of the doors, which I will reveal a little bit later in the video. It will all make sense later in the video. So I've taped all this up to make sure I don't damage anything. This paintwork will be painted again, so once we get the body kit on, it'll be blended in and it will be painted again. But the powder coating, I really do not want to damage because obviously we can't replace that unless we put the whole car in an oven again. So I taped all this up to make sure that it's nice. So now we're going to start putting this body kit on just to see what it looks like. Now I'm going to start on this side first, get it all taped on, and then we'll see what it looks like. Right, so the body kit's on, and I've also put this bumper cover on here as well. Now, this is, again, a very crude setup because the rotisserie is actually in the way of popping this on properly. Now, the rotisserie actually goes into the bumper mount point, so I can't put the bumper on, and I can't really set this up properly. So this is kind of what it looks like. This should tuck further underneath, this should be up there, and yeah, it should be a lot better than what it is, but it kind of gives us a bit of an example. Now, before I reveal what the car actually looks like, we're going to go through the running gear and just talk about the running gear, what we need to do with that, and then we'll reveal what the car looks like. Now, this is the running gear, and we've sandblasted it in a previous episode when we sandblasted the front of Matt's car, and it's not rusted as much as what I expected it to, because that was a couple of months ago. Now, we've not coated with anything, and there's not actually that much rust on it, which is good. The process now is we need to remove these bushes that we've left in, and then we can send it off to the powder coaters to get re-sandblasted and then powder coated. So these are going to go white along with the rest of the car, although we do have some custom stuff coming in the future for the paint, so you'll have to wait for that. Now, once that's done, we'll get the items back, and then we can buy some bushes and some bearings, and we can start pressing them in and really building this running gear back up. Now, this isn't everything. We've got some stuff tucked in the corner, but we can start building it back up in a future episode, and then we can get the car back on its wheels. Now, we're going to put that door on, and we're going to show you what the car looks like with the body kit on. I can literally hear this tape on sticking as I'm speaking. Now, this is quite a heavy door, and because I've put it on one side, it's actually tilted the rotisserie over slightly because it does have a little bit of play on the pin. Now, let's hope that that doesn't fall over, but I'm going to put some more tape on it. But yeah, it's been quite a long time since this door has been on, because this car has been apart for many months because of the amount of rust that this car actually had. But this has been quite a journey, and it's nice to actually get some stuff back on, albeit it's not actually bolted on, but it kind of gives you a good example of what it's going to look like. So let's show you what it looks like with the body kit. So you kind of get the gist of what this kit actually looks like. Now, we've not really done it justice here because this wing is too high. This doesn't actually tuck underneath, which it should. We've got luminous yellow tape all over the place. This back section is too high as well, so it doesn't actually tie in with the side skirt, but you kind of get the gist of what we're trying to achieve. Now, this kit also comes with a front bumper, but we can't put the front bumper on because the rotisserie is in the way. The same with the back as well. The back bumper covers, we can't put them on properly because the rotisserie is in the way. So you kind of get the gist of what this kit is actually doing to this car. So what we need to do now is we need to finish it off by putting some wheels in. So we're going to get some tables, we're going to put the wheels in, and then see exactly what it looks like with the wheel setup. Yeah, okay, okay. We are missing something here, aren't we? Much better. Well, that body kit certainly does change the whole entire appearance of the E24. Now, the closest thing that I've got to something like this is, it's not an old car, it's a newer car. It's an R35 GTR. We could put it on the channel, who knows? It doesn't need any repair, doesn't need restoration, it just needs general maintenance, a little bit of paint. Let me know if you do want to see that. Back to E24, let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are to this body kit. I mean, like I say, it does need the arches cut in, it needs all the body line sorting. Obviously this tape needs to be taken off and we need to obviously drill everything properly. It's a very, very crude mock-up, but it gives an idea of what the final product is going to look like. Obviously we've still got the other side of the body kit on the floor, but that's this side, that's all we sort of like need to put on for now, just to get a general image of what this car is going to look like. Now, I mentioned earlier in the video that the other door has got a bit of inspiration on it, and I'm going to show you what I mean about inspiration right now. So remember at the start of the video when I mentioned about us having other plans with this car? Well, this is kind of what I was talking about. Now, this is an extremely crude inspiration, let's say, on the door. Now, if you still don't know what I'm talking about, then this might give you an idea. Do we stick with the counter body kit, fiberglass, or do we fabricate our own from sheet steel? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Do we use that sheet steel to completely transform this car and make it really wide on the front, really wide on the back, and do some sort of box section here, which is an airflow that goes from the front to the back? Let us know if we do that. We have had the okay from Matt. We got in touch with him and he said, yes, I'm happy either way. So it's up to you guys. Do we use the counter body kit or do we use a big sheet of steel, which is going to extend this series quite a long time, because obviously fabricating a body kit for the whole entire car is going to be a mammoth task, including that wing as well. We could get some 10mm sheet steel. We could get some, you know, I mean, the world's our oyster at this point. So the inspiration behind it is we want to separate this from the pack. If you've got a line of 10 E24s, we want this to be completely different, completely obscene. Now we've gone to the lengths of powder coating the entire car, so it's already majestic. It already has got so much work done to it. I want to go one step further with this car because it deserves to be, it deserves it, basically. It really does. Now, I've not worked on this car for quite some time, because we've been sort of like, you know, busy doing other things, earning money, etc., to pay the bills and whatever else. But we're back on this car now. So leave your comments in the comment section below. What do you think? Do we go for counter body kit or do we go full custom beast mode? Yeah, that. So with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. Regular content will be back on the E24, maybe every 2 weeks, depending on how we get into the design process of this, or I might just take it from inspiration and ask Matt a couple of questions and then do it from my head and make sure Matt's happy, and then bada bing, bada boom, it's done. Or, unless we go for the counter. Anyway, with that being said, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and we will catch you in the next one.